Hey everybody, I hope you are doing wonderful. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. If you're a regular, I'm so glad to see you again. And I am here to do a new moon pick a card. I've been covering a lot of bases lately as I continue. That ex-journalist in me is kind of keeping my toes dipped in that political water. I really do enjoy that, but I'm always going to mix it in and always come back to all things spiritual, our spiritual growth, development, healing, a little magic thrown in here or there. I do want to mention to you all going into this tape, thank you so much for those of you who have become members of my channel. When you land on my page, you should see a little button that says join. There is also, if you look down in the description box, there's a link if you want to join my channel. It's as little as $2.99 a month, and you will get a lot of, I won't say a lot, but you will regularly get material that I will not share and post publicly on the platform at large. It will be exclusive content for my members to thank you as an offering to thank you for supporting my channel. So think about that. There are a couple of different price tiers, but again, as I said, you can join for as little as $2.99 a month, and you're going to get some of that juicier content that I might not put out on the public platform. So check that out. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me at touchedbytarot@gmail.com. That said, we are headed into a new moon in Aquarius. This is going to be such a wonderful time. Of course, there is, we know the times we're living in, and there are, when we have a planet like Uranus in the mix, always it's wise to kind of, keep your head on the swivel and keep your eyes sharp, because Uranus is known for bringing those changes that sometimes catch us off guard. But I also believe there's such an undercurrent to this. As I was in meditation, as I was preparing the piles for you all, I tell you, such a beautiful, warm feeling came over me. I have a candle lit, and even the flame was like flickering like this. It was like a slow dance almost. The energy did not feel threatening at all. And so perhaps that's just, the energy that I'm bringing to this reading. And if that's the case, I claim it, I love it, and I'm passing it on to you all. But I want you to think about that. Aquarius being that sign of technology, of humanity, of philanthropy, of the sciences, but also that intense personal development, that demand for freedom, that sometimes having to step up and claim our authentic selves, walk our own, to the beat of our own drum, no matter who has something to say about it. All right. So think about those things as you prepare. The new moon comes on, enters full on February 9th, but we remember that how we utilize the energy of that moon will be from the full moon, and then it drifts until, and it builds until we reach the culmination in the full moon. So by all means, full moons are times to set your intentions real, and especially in an air sign like Aquarius, and such an intelligent sign. Really take this time, you all, to think not just about what you want or what you're doing or what your goals are, but also why, why you want it, why it's important, why it will help you help yourself and thereby help others. I cannot tell you enough that very often when we're doing manifestation, if we broaden our vision and our desires to something that impacts not only ourselves, but in some way a greater whole, a larger whole, Spirit loves a generous giver. Spirit loves when our hearts are moved, not just on our own behalf, but on behalf of others. So just keep that in mind as well as you're thinking about what your intentions are, what's really motivating you, what you really stand to gain, and because of Uranus, what you are willing to allow to shift and change if necessary, if that's what's necessary in order for you to move ahead. All right, enough of that. Let's start getting to some stuff here. I've got 3 piles in front of me. Actually, this is going to be one. So this is pile number 1, 2, and 3. I'll bring those cards. These are your catalyst cards. And then there's a bunch of cards underneath. If you're new to my channel, my process in my picker cards is that I will choose a catalyst. I will be led to, I should say, a catalyst. And then the cards that I pull after that, I do not see them until I tape, until I reveal them to you and interpret them for you, all right? So I don't know what's coming, but I do know by the way that candle was going, I'm feeling like it's going to be something really good, all right? So let's go in. Pile number 1, your catalyst cards are the Golden Rose accompanied by gold. The Golden Rose accompanied by gold. That's pile number 1. For pile number 2, your catalyst cards are the Moon accompanied by Earth's Heart. The Moon and Earth's Heart. That would be pile number 2. And for pile number 3, the catalyst cards Spirit gave me are Uranus, the planet Uranus. Why not? With this new moon in Aquarius. And then Pluto started hooping and hollering and speaking loud like, oh, I got to come out today too. I'm coming out to play. All right. We know Pluto just went into Aquarius in January 20th, I believe. Going to be in and out a little bit this year and then with us until 2043. So Pluto and Aquarius, very powerful combination that's going to impact the world at large and all of our lives. That'll be pile number 3. For those of you who may need a little something extra, I do have 3 gemstones that Spirit led me to. So for pile number 1, I have the malachite, this beautiful raw malachite. And that will go with the gold and the golden rose. That's pile number 1, malachite. For pile number 2, I was led to the selenite. Nice little chunky piece of selenite. All right, that's pile number 2, the Moon and the Earth's Heart, pile number 2. And for pile number 3, I was drawn to this gorgeous piece of raw shungite. No, I'm sorry, this is black kyanite, not shungite. This is black kyanite. Hold that up for you. Black kyanite. All right, so that is going with Uranus and Pluto. All right, so let me give you a second or 2 to vibe with that. Again, this is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. All right, take a couple of seconds to breathe it in. See what you're led to. You may be led to more than one. I have many people who watch my channel and say ultimately they're led to all 3, but it definitely follow your guides, follow your intuition, all right? And having said that, we're going to go ahead and go in. Let me put piles 2 and 3 to the side. And let's go in. For those of you who chose this pile number 1, move this malachite over. And so again, that was the gold and the golden rose, pile number 1. Let's see what your cards say. You have the Wheel of Fortune. I'm going to turn these around to me and then I'll share them with you. That way I can get my vibe going really good and then I'll share them with you. All right, Wheel of Fortune, King of Wands. Ooh, talk about some changes. All right, life changes. We have the Ace of Swords. We have Justice. We have Communication is Key. We have Step Up and Lead. Ooh, talk about those changes, those shifts coming and being willing. And what are your intentions? Why do you want to do what you want to do? All right. And I can already see I'm going to want these kind of coming over this way a little more for the camera. Okay. Then we have, move that out the way. All right. We've got Career. We've got some crystals for the third eye. Your intuition and your psychic abilities are going to be speaking up very loud. We have a symbol for you. It's called the Master symbol. I'll go into that when I get ready to present it to you. We have the Fate, accepting help and guidance. Wow. And I find that really interesting that you got that with the Fate. Often when we get the Wheel of Fortune, some people consider it a card of destiny, fate, karma, etc. So I'm going to put that over there with the Wheel of Fortune. I let go of limiting thoughts that are holding me back and a great big love. These are your advice cards. I'm going to Spirit saying hone in on those towards the end of your reading for pile number 1. All right. Give me 2 seconds. Get my vibes straight. Because as I said, I do not see these cards until I reveal them for you. I will say this very clearly. If you chose this pile, you know, one of the things that malachite is known for, it is a stone of courage. It is a stone of luxury. It is also a stone of prosperity and definitely protection. It is fearless. There's a certain fearless quality to it. In your reading, I am seeing your ability to begin to really step into what you know, what you have been thinking, and what you are now preparing to express. For many of you who chose this pile, it looks like you've been going through a process of planning your next steps, but you have tried to be extremely careful about it. I'm drawn to this career card because I think for some of you, it is, you could be, if you are still working outside of the home or even inside of the home, but working employed, duly employed or gainfully employed by, you know, a company, organization, whatever. Your career is at a point where you are ready for more responsibility or to be heard more, to put things in motion. I also feel like for many of you, this is about entrepreneurship. This is about thinking about new ways to launch a career for yourself, and how you want to manage that career, how you want to announce it to the world, how you want to, even before we get to the world, you know, I'm going to go big. But before you even get to the world, you know, how you're going to talk about this to your families, etc. Now, here you go. Step up and lead. So again, that's a really good compliment, I think, to that career card. Spirit is speaking on to the fact that whatever it is that you've been planning, and in this, even though we're in a new moon in Aquarius, this is a new moon in Capricorn. When we think about Capricornian energy, it is about that ambition, that career move, the career moves that many of us make. It is also about, with the step up and lead, it's saying follow your own vision. You have that Ace of Swords that came for you. And the Ace of Swords is clarity, and it's also saying it's decision time. With the Ace of Swords, it's beyond the idea phase. It's gotten to the point of, I'm ready to act. I know exactly what it is. My ideas have come together. My business plan has come together. I'm building the website. I've got the business cards. I'm making the phone calls. I'm going to the meetings, etc. You are definitely taking charge. Now, we have communication is key. And we also have the Justice card. That is saying in your relationships, pile number one, and in your envisioning, in your visioning, in your vision boards, your manifestation techniques, in your prayers, your journaling, what you do, again, you know, I said this in the lead in to the cards. With Aquarius energy, you do, even though Justice is ruled by Libra in Tarot, another air sign, by the way. But think about this. When you are launching, when you are communicating with others, and when you're launching an idea, even if you are doing so in a very decisive way, right? Because you've got that Ace of Swords. Even when you are doing so in a very decisive way, you also want the buy-in. And the one thing that Justice does in a beautiful way is it brings an energy of fairness. It brings an energy of making sure that you know what the win-win is. So in your communication, as you're talking to people about what your plans are, maybe it's your family, you know, maybe it's people who you want to make sure that they support you, that they understand how much you are ready to step up and lead, how much, if this involves a career change or more responsibility in an existing career, however that shift, keeping in mind Pluto's in effect, but also Uranus. And Uranus is that planet of change. Now, you've got your third eye chakra sitting here loud and clear. And it's saying, in order for your third eye, anytime we're dealing with the moon energy, we know we're dealing with a certain level. I'm sorry for that backlight shine. I'm trying to move it. We're dealing with a certain level of psychic ability. We're dealing with dreams. We're dealing with that following your gut, knowing, like that's why that Ace of Swords is there, because you're not questioning. When you get these ideas, when you're ready to present your ideas, communication is key. Justice It's ready. You're ready to do it in a way that brings balance. I think for some of you as well, because of that career card and that balance, Spirit is showing me step up and lead means giving yourself. Remember, Aquarius can be that rebellious energy, right? Aquarius can say, hey, I'm about to march to the beat of my own drum. I need my freedom to do so. Or I'm about to take my freedom to do so. And I'm telling you that in the nicest way possible. Communication is key. Ace of Swords and justice, right? I'm telling you this is what I need to do. I'm taking charge and ownership of my life. That's where some of you are right now, pile number one. And the beautiful thing is, I was showing you before, these gemstones that they're saying, you've got lapis lazuli, azurite, and purple fluorite. I want to hold that up for you all. And again, I'm so sorry for that little ring light. It's just trying to do its job. Make sure you can see. There we go. We'll hold it right there. But those are gemstones that you may already have or be drawn to. You don't have to go out and grab them. You know, it's not that drastic if you don't have them. But just be aware of them. Maybe take a, look them up. Think about their energy. Look up pictures of them. You can look on Pinterest or even just Google pictures of them. And again, what I'm seeing is lapis lazuli. These are all third eye. This is getting your intuition, seeing how you are going to bring this vision and these decisions that you're making to life, seeing how you're going to be able to communicate your needs. And this is not just to others. This is also to spirit, you all, pile number one. This is, remember, new moon is about that manifestation. It is about setting those intentions. So a lot of this is also about what you are saying to your spirit guides, what you're saying to your ancestors, how you are communicating what your needs are. And so these stones are here to help boost that connection, open that portal for you, that third eye, that intuition. So last time we've got lapis lazuli, azurite, and purple fluorite. I'm going to hold that up one more time. Sorry for the glare, but I just want you to be able to see if you're not familiar with the stones, I want you to be able to see the spellings of them, okay? And make sure you saw what they are. All right. So I'm going to put that to the side. We covered that. Now, you got this master symbol. I have never even pulled this deck out before. It's been in my closet forever now. And today, Spirit, I do as they direct me. And they said, yes, today, go get that deck. So you have a symbol that is called the Daikomayo. It's also known as the master symbol. And it is the highest spiritual vibration of all Reiki symbols. It represents the essence of Reiki and our true self in an enlightened state of being. Again, why you need these third eye crystals or why they came to speak to you. It's used to increase your spiritual awareness and it helps you progress towards enlightenment. Enlightenment is a big, I want to hold that so you can see the really good image of it. Hold that tight. So pile number one, this taking charge, this communication, this idea that you're having relative to your career, what you do. And if you are retired, your career could mean what you are planning to do next. You've still got this interest. Remember, Aquarius is about the sciences and philanthropy and humankind and the advancement and the progression of humankind. So you could be really, despite no matter what age, no matter what stage of life, you could, pile number one, you could be really like, okay, I get that, but I'm ready to go. I want to do more, because remember as well, you have that Wheel of Fortune, and you got that Fate card. This is a change of life for you all, but it's not one, I don't feel like this is one that's just going to like come out of nowhere and take you by surprise. I think this is something that you've been yearning for, planning for, envisioning, and having an idea, and now your third eye is being opened. Your intuition, your psychic ability, your inner knowing, to be able to trust it enough to say, I am ready to take my destiny into my own hands. I am ready to do what is right. I am ready to have more balance. There's, for some of you, if you've been feeling like what you've been doing is more out of obligation or necessity versus what you truly enjoy doing, that is what is about to change. And remember that you got that step up and lead. Your last tarot card is the King of Wands. Boss energy, total boss energy. And this is very creative energy as well, because it's coming in fire, in Wands. This is about you not doubting yourself anymore. And I've just been led to your advice cards. Remember, you got great big love. Great big love. You were drawn, your catalyst cards. Let's go back there for a minute. You were drawn to gold and to the golden rose. So that right there tells me you, pile number one, you are drawn, you are ready for bigger. You're ready for a bigger stage. You're ready for more. You're ready to embrace the changes that Aquarius and the planet Uranus will bring. You're not intimidated by it. You're like, come on, bring it on. The King of Wands, right? Now, for some of you, this could also represent someone in your life. That if you are in a workplace, it could be someone who carries that energy. It could be a supervisor, a manager, it could be that you're up for a promotion and you're ready to step up and lead, and you're gonna be ready to talk to this person in a very, honest, sincere, but forceful in communication is key. Forceful in a business sense, not not with your hand on your hip and like, let me tell you what I'm about to do, right? Not pounding on somebody's desk, but really there's a lot of diplomacy here because of that Justice card. You're able to express yourself in a very diplomatic and convincing manner with that great big love. You're doing it for love. Remember, we talked about part of the key to manifestation is understanding that you're doing something not just for yourself, but for that larger whole. That's that great big love. And your final card is I let go of limiting thoughts that are holding me back. That's where you've been. That's where you've been. And that's what this new moon, this in Aquarius, with its Uranus-backed energy, that's what's pushing you. It's almost, I got to tell you, pile number one, it's almost like you don't have a choice. Of course we all do at the end of the day. But I think what's happened here is you've been through enough. There have been enough life changes with that Wheel of Fortune over here. And now you're at that Ace of Swords with the King of Wands. There's been enough background to happen that you are ready to go for the gold. That's what I just heard Spirit say. Go for the gold. That you are ready to express your thoughts. You're ready to do so with an air of stepping up and leading. You don't have to ask anyone's permission for what it is that you want because you have thought it through. Spirit is just saying, understand that the stakes are high. Wheel of Fortune ruled by Jupiter. You do have an opportunity to grow and do really well. And I think this is around, if you are in a career, it is around the possibility of promotion, being able to do more, and convincing this King of Wands, if this is not you. This is either you walking in that boss energy, ready to step up and lead, or you may have to have some conversations with somebody who's in that energy. Either way, you're going to get there as long as you let go of those limiting beliefs and as long as you rely on your own psychic knowing. Get your head clear, get your mind truly, truly clear and convinced that what you are saying is the right thing, that how you are presenting your ideas is absolutely the right way to go with no doubt whatsoever. All right? All right, pile number one. So that is what the new moon in Aquarius has got in store for you. You are going in a new direction in your career. I definitely saw the whole energy of your reading was about your abundance in your career mode, in what you want to do and how it affects your vitality, your motivation. Remembering that malachite as well, that stone of courage. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful reading. Let me know what you thought about that pile number one. All right. I'm going to take a sip of water and let's dig in pile number two. All right. Pile number two. Those of you who were drawn to that selenite stone. And your leader cards were the moon and the earth's heart. The moon and the earth's heart. Let's park those over there. And let's see what you got. Five of Wands, the Chariot, the Eight of Cups, the Knight of Cups. Interesting. You have prosperity lies ahead. Ooh, let's put that let's give that a space all its own, right? Let's call that in, especially in a new moon. All right, keep your heart open. Passion. Yes. And then you've got your solar plexus chakra stones, different decks. Y'all know I get really excited about that when I work with different decks and I see the themes coming out, because I know spirit is here. And again, I don't see these cards until I show them to you. So I don't know what we're walking into, just like you. But I love when I see it come together, because that's some fiery creative energy. We'll get to that in a moment. Here's a sigil for you, a power symbol. Woo! All right, pile number 2. This moon in the earth's heart. You have a guide, inheritance, and correction. Your spirit guides are going to really help you at this time. And they play a pivotal role in the energy that you can take advantage of during this new moon in Aquarius. All right. My body is a manifestation of my energetic state. That's why you've got all this fire here. We'll get there. Smoke and mirrors. You got to get past something. That 5 of Wands. All right, we'll get there. I see you, spirit. And keep your heart open. Yes, because that's the key to your success. You know, if you're operating from the heart, that heart is what's going to light your passion. And in doing that, that is where, remember too, I'm thinking, even though keep your heart open in the color scheme here, notice they've got the chakra symbol for the heart, that green there. Notice how your prosperity came in. What is that color? Right? You got all that green going on. Notice here, my body is a manifestation of my energetic state. What are you seeing? Green, right? So, and what was part of what you were drawn to in your catalyst card, your earth's heart with its green tones. But you think about the earth and all of the green, all of the lushness in the earth. Pile number 2. All right now. You have been through something. Let's get that part out of the way. You have been through something. Talking about the energy of Aquarius, talking about Uranus, talking about shifts that are occurring. And that sometimes, whether we're ready for it or not, we have to go ahead and round that corner and take the step and make the shifts. You have, pile number 2, you have learned that in the most visceral way, like the most real way, because something got revealed to you that you had to learn how to walk away from and disengage from. The 8 of Cups is emotional intelligence. It is, and I say this all the time, it is very often considered, one of the key words is withdrawal. It is when you've been through so much of a situation, a person, a thing, whatever's going on, that you just say, I can't do this anymore. I have to walk away from it. I have to pull my energy back from it. And here that smoke and mirrors is saying, with that 8 of Cups is saying, look, something got revealed to you. You saw a truth, and it is a truth that it wasn't even so much about your intellectual capacity to see it and process it. It hit you in your gut, in your feeling state. It is something that maybe even you got very emotional over. You could also, Spirit is telling me, you could feel yourself seeing beyond the smoke and mirrors during this new moon in Aquarius. You could be on the verge and on the cusp of something that is you're going to see and have things revealed to you. But in that revelation, there will be that emotional state. There will be that feeling of, well, dang, nice of you to finally tell me or show up for me to see. And this also, I'm feeling for some of you, is self-reckoning, where Spirit is saying, remember, you got your guide over here. I saved it for over here with this passion and fire. But remember, this is your spirit guide saying, you know what? This new moon for you all is saying it's time to walk away. It's time to deal with the smoke and mirrors, to deal with your own blocks, your own doubts, your own limiting beliefs, that thing that has kept you, telling yourself that life needs to be one way, where deep down you know better than that. And so that smoke and mirrors is being lifted, and you will be moving beyond it. Now, there's a conflict. And however, you're going to get past it. And again, they're leading me right back over here to this guide card. Your spirit guides, you all, this new moon in Aquarius, it is truly time for you to tighten up your relationship with your spirit guides. Okay, if you have not, I hear people when I do readings a lot who say they know, they believe in the existence of spirit guides 100%. I mean, otherwise none of us would even be sitting here, right? But at the same time, life gets in the way. It gets hectic, it gets busy, and we can get into a state of mind where it's not that we lose sight, but we forget our own power. We forget our own connection. There's that moon in your catalyst card, though. Remember that. There is that moon. You have an emotional tie, and your spirit guides are coming through pile number 2 to say, hey, 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 feel the feelings. Talk to us. We can help you lift that veil. We can help you get through whatever that challenge is. One of the things when I teach tarot, I always talk about one of the things that we have to remember with the card, the Chariot, ruled by Cancer. So very protective, very family oriented. This is how your spirit guides are relating to you right now. Because one thing in the Chariot, you all, is remembering when you see a person, in the depictions that you'll see visually, that they are moving ahead. They're not moving ahead by themselves. They always have, here we've got, what are those, the sphinxes or whatever. There are always sphinxes in this case. There are dogs, there are horses, there's a car. There is something that helps propel you forward. And that is what's going to get you through any conflict that you see around you. I have a feeling also that some of you have been listening to the advice of others, or allowing yourself to be swayed by the doubts of others, or you see others failing at something that you would really like to do. And so it's created sort of this internal conflict. But again, that is why Spirit is saying in this new moon in Aquarius, it's time for you to really talk to them, because they will get you back. They're going to adjust your spirit. Fire is arguably the most spiritual element of the 4 elements: air, earth, fire, and water. Of course, spirit is spirit, but fire is that thing that ignites, that allows us to say, I don't care, come hell or high water, I am going to go ahead and do what I need to do. Here, that key word I want to point out to you is your inheritance. Your guides are saying the life that you were meant to live, it is not dependent on the vision that somebody else built for you, or that even you built for yourself on some idea that didn't really turn out, a relationship that within your heart of hearts could have been better, should have been better. But and it's not about woulda, coulda, shoulda, regret energy. It's about moving on energy. It is about moving on energy. And that's what this new moon in Aquarius is doing. But it's doing for you. The Spirit is saying you don't even have to carry the most of the weight. If you'll come talk to us and let us, remember, we are your inheritance. We are the ones who will do the correction. Let me hold that up again. We're the ones that will help you fix it. We're the ones that will help you move on from whatever this conflict is. If it's emotional, if you're feeling emotionally stuck, if this is relationship stuff, and I feel like for some of you it is, and I'm also feeling like for some of you it is relationships that happened in the past, or perhaps you have lost someone. You may have been widowed or a widower. And there's that part of you that has been blocked, because the smoke and mirrors is you telling yourself, well, I'll never have love again. I'll never find another soulmate again. Or I just keep repeating the same patterns. That's smoke and mirrors. That's just not true. And so your guides are like, it's time for us to move past all of that. And we do that by rediscovering passion. There's something coming toward you through this new moon in Aquarius that brings the passion. And to confirm that, we have the Knight of Cups as part of your tarot cards in this spread, okay? And what does the Knight of Cups do? Knight of Cups brings the feels. The Knight of Cups says, you know what? Cry your tears if you need to, but dry your eyes and let's move on. This is that emotional intelligence that says it's time to move on. That's what the Eight of Cups is doing. It's moving on, but not because it's withdrawing necessarily. Sometimes we do need to chill out for a minute and regroup and process. But in this energy coming with all this fire and your spirit guides, That's not what you're doing, pile number 2. Not right now. Not in this new moon in Aquarius. You are moving toward and getting through with the help of that chariot, with the help of your ancestors, your guides, God, Goddess, however you relate, with the help that is due you, that is your inheritance. That is what gets you through at this current time. Now, you've got that prosperity line ahead. Let me hold that up nice and tight. You've got that prosperity that lies ahead. Hold on to that. But you got to keep your heart open. Remember, you got that. You got to keep your heart open. And that is the part of you that is going through this healing process from that 8 of cups. And getting through the smoke and mirrors. Finally allowing yourself to see the truth. And getting beyond this conflict that's had you held up. Because as you keep your heart open, then you allow the help. I think some of you are extremely, and talk about Aquarius, and it's kind of can be rebellious, very, very fiercely independent energy. I'm going to do me, you do you, I'm going to do me. But I think for some of you, the point is you've reached a point that your spirit team is saying, we get it. We've been knowing you all along. We've been knowing you since before you were born. However, our assignment in your lifetime in this 3D world is to assist you. And so if you keep your heart open, it makes it easier for us. It won't be, talking about this chariot, it won't be such a bumpy ride. We can get you down a smoother paved road. Now, you also have, my body is a manifestation of my energetic state. It's time to get those diets together for some of you. Time to get that fitness routine together. Passion, fire. What does fitness do? What does exercise do? It raises the temperature, right? It raises the body temperature. It gets you, when you get moving, it literally gets the blood flowing through your body, through your cells, through your joints, through your arteries. It helps you, it brings oxygen through your lungs and into your heart and your brain. It literally fuels you. It is your passion. So there is an element for some of you. I think this thing over here, the smoke and mirrors and whatever this was going on with this conflict, there may have been a couple of nights that you dipped into the Haagen-Dazs or the donuts or the potato chips or the pizza. Might have been. Or it even could be that you're not eating enough. It may not be that you're eating junk. It could be that you're not eating enough. You're not eating the proper foods. You're not taking your supplements. But there is something in, my body is a manifestation of my energetic state. So if you've been feeling sluggish, if you've been feeling a little like, okay, I know, Spirit, I know you're there. I know you're there to help me. But I'm just tired right now. And sometimes that happens. I've been through those times. But they're saying, guess what? Then let this motivate you. Right? Let this motivate you. Prosperity lies ahead. The chariot. Let's move towards it. Prosperity lies ahead. If you can get your heart open, get your passion reignited, allow us to help you recognize that this is your inheritance. I just realized I've been so focused on the word, I wasn't really looking too much at the image. This is a doggone bell. Ring the bell, pile number 2. Ring the bell, okay? Ring the bell and ask your ancestors and your spirit guides and your angels. Hey, okay, I hear you all. I know that you're here. My heart is open. I see that this prosperity lies ahead with that new moon in Taurus energy. Even though this reading is, of course, new moon in Aquarius, but still, that brings that Taurus. Look at that bull. You're talking about stability. You're talking about something you are moving toward, the chariot, that's truly going to last for you. And all you got to do is get straight with yourself. As they say, get your mind right. Get your body together. Whatever's going on in your 3D body routines, because that's your message. What's happening in your body is a manifestation of your energetic state. So if there's some health issues going on, if there's some sluggishness going on, you might need a little extra iron or whatever. You'll know how this is pinging you. Then it's time to do it. You have a power symbol here I want to share with you. And it says it's the Cho-ku-rei is known as the power symbol. It can be translated as place the spiritual power here. It is used to increase and focus the flow of universal life force. Keep your heart open. Universal life force energy into the intended purpose or area. That body. It can also be used in conjunction with other Reiki symbols to increase their power for cleansing and the room and remove negative energies. Hold that pattern up for you. All right? If that pattern is familiar to some of you all. And I know I have a lot of people who, a lot of you are into Reiki, a lot of Reiki masters, etc. So this might ping you. If it does, that's why Spirit had me pull it for you. This was for you. All right. So there is, but again, this even ties. So this is your energetic body. This is physically in your 3D body, paying attention to what you eat, how you sleep, drinking your water, going for walks, getting back into your exercise routine, taking care of your body as a manifestation of what leads you to your prosperity, because that prosperity is lying ahead. Now, I told you also had your gemstones, those fiery, talking about that passion that we saw, lighting your fire. You know, there's that song, you know, come on, baby, light my fire, right? That's what's happening with you all, pile number 2. And you've got tiger's eye, citrine, and yellow jasper. Those would be beneficial for you during this time. All right? Again, it's tiger's eye, citrine, and yellow jasper. All right, so if you don't have those stones, if you can get them handy, fine. If you just need a picture of them or look them up or study them or just vibrate with them, that is what these stones help light that fire. And as you get your body in motion, it gets energy flowing. It gets your heart open, and then once your heart is open, you begin to believe again that whatever this smoke and mirrors, all this stuff back. Yeah, let me put this in the back of the room because that's where it belongs. Except the Knight of Cups, we want that Knight of Cups to come forward. But that smoke and mirrors with the 8 of Cups and that 5 of Wands, this is what you are moving out of. But your gateway out of it is definitely through your spirit team. They will carry you through, and the part that you have to do for yourself is to take better care of your body. Take care of your diet. Take care of your movements. Take care of your expression. Take care of your temple. Your body is your temple. All right, pile number 2. I hope that was helpful. And now we will get ready to move on to pile number 3. Let's go. Take another sip of water. All right, pile number 3. You had that black kyanite. And your leader cards, your catalysts, are Uranus and Pluto. How could I forget? All right, Uranus and Pluto. So let's see what you got. We have the Fool. Ooh, with Pluto. Now we know because Pluto can shake some stuff up and say, okay, let's start from scratch. Like deep transformation with that Uranus. All right, so we got the Fool with the Lovers. You're making some choices to go in a whole different direction. 2 of Swords, 4 of Swords. You want some clarity around it before you do it, though. And that's reasonable. that's responsible. All right, 2 of Swords, 4 of Swords. What do you need to release? That's what you're contemplating with that 4 of Swords. It's time for you to shine. Your willpower. Your heart chakra stones. We'll put that over there. We've got your symbol. I'll share that with you as well. We have the Scholar. Oh, so maybe it's time for you to take a new course of study, a new endeavor. And you're choosing that. You're trying to get clear on which way to go with that. And then you have, I listen to the voice of my body. It lets me know exactly what I need. That's the key to your clarity. And Birds of a Feather. So you know what? Pile number 3, this Pluto and Uranus energy. If you've been thinking about taking classes, starting a new direction, increasing your work in some way, and especially your anything that takes you, this Scholar, it says, and that says there, investigation and research. So pile number 3, you like information. And what talking about new moon in Aquarius? Remember, we talk, Aquarius is all about the sciences, technology, advancements, doing things, Uranus, shaking it up, doing it in a different way, and like a for real different way with Pluto. And you got the Fool that says, okay, I'll take the chance, I'll take the risk, I'll do it in a different way. But there's a scholarship behind it. And that is also why I think you got this 2 of Swords with the 4 of Swords, because for you, pile number 3, right now, part of your energy pattern and what Spirit is saying is it's important for you to understand with the 2 of Swords, there can be that conflict. A lot of times you'll see a blindfolded person where I could do this or I could do that. Not quite sure. So you kind of sit with it and don't make any moves. And the 4 of Swords says, okay, don't stress about it. Take the rest that you need. Take the time that you need. Because as you go forward, that's what that research is about. You are researching, or maybe Spirit is saying that's your message in this reading. It is time for you to research and investigate what really you want to do. Because the Lovers, again, this is a card of decisions. This is a card of ruled by Gemini. This is a card 2 of Swords. There's definitely a lot going on with you, pile number 3, where you may be in between a couple of ideas or a couple of plans that you're making. There may be a lot of indecision around you. It's not that you don't know what you want. It could just be you don't know the best way to go about it. But again, going back to what drew you to those leader cards, change is your best friend right now. And the thing is though, it may be prepared for what you ask for, because you just might get it, pile number 3. Because with the Fool, it could be that the change that winds up coming for you, I'm gonna put that right between those 2. That's where it feels like it belongs. The energy of this shift could be truly take you down a whole different path. A whole different path. And I think you are going to meet some people, because I've got that, remember we got that birds of a feather. There's something in this research and investigation that you're going to be doing, pile number 3, that's going to lead you to people who will help inform this choice that you're making. It will be people who are like-minded, birds of a feather. So that if you're talking about taking a course, advancing an area of study, moving, some of you could even be moving to a new area, changing a job, doing something entirely different. But in order for you to feel comfortable with it, part of this clarity around the indecision that you may be feeling is that it will help you to feel comfortable with your choices and your decision. Be ready to go full on Fool. Let's go. And come on, Pluto and Uranus. I'm not afraid. I'm ready to embrace the shift. I'm ready to embrace the journey. But there's also that, what do you need to release? I just looked down and saw that. What do you need to release? That's part of the decision that you're making. And that's part of this clarity, that 4 swords. That's what that's about. What do you need to release? There is a desire that you have to that whatever you do, wherever this Fool is leading you, it is leading you in harmony with others. And that is where that birds of a feather comes in again. Now, for some of you, let me just say, this could be leading you down a romantic path. I'm just saying, it could be leading you down a romantic path. And the thing is, you in order for you to have that, in order for you to meet that person, you do need some clarity around what you are willing to change. Are you willing to talk about the Fool and these shifts? Are you willing to date an entirely different way? Are you willing to finally open your heart back up? Are you willing to date outside of your race? Are you willing to, what are you willing to release? That's just the bottom line. What are you willing to release? Because Uranus and Pluto, they won't ask you that. They won't ask you that. They'll just come in and say, okay, you know what? Bottom line is you're about to do something new. And there's a choice that needs to be made. Because there's a harmony here. There is that birds of a feather. But we also have to remember that with soulmate connections, which are often reflected in the Lovers, it doesn't have to even be romance. It could be that through some scholarly pursuit, that you meet birds of a feather. You meet people who just, your soul lights up around them. You are, you are like-minded. You are, and the shift in being around them, the way that you will feel when you are around them is just fundamentally different. The Fool with Pluto and Uranus, it's like a seismic shift in your life. It is fundamentally different. And I also think, again, that's why it's important for you to take the time, that Four of Swords, take the time to make the decision, because when you do make it, this is going to be life-changing for you. And what do you need to release? What are you prepared to release? For you, pile number 3, I would say, for all of us, we need to be aware, especially aware. But the eclipses that are coming in March and April, the lunar and solar eclipse, boom, boom, boom. Like you all are going to see some things. So just think about that. Now, we've got willpower, and we have what is here, a new moon in Leo, time to shine. There's a part of this decision that you're making is finding the willpower, tapping into your lion, your inner lion, finding the courage. What are you willing to release? Are you willing to move from your current location? These are just theoretical examples. Are you ready to make a move? Are you ready to move to another place, another state? Are you ready to shift in a relationship? Are you ready to change careers? Are you ready to, change the way that you've typically gone at life, your whole approach to life? I feel like for some of you, this is truly life-changing. And it says here, your last card, no, I've got a couple there. I'll do in a second, energy cards. But it says, I listen to the voice of my body, and it lets me know exactly what I need. This is a sojourn, a pilgrimage almost, that some of you are going on. And it's going to take you in a whole different direction. When I listen to my body, it tells me exactly what I need. This is something that you've been yearning for. And I'm just going to lean a little bit for a moment back in the romance department. A lot of you fuss at me when I get into that. I'm fine by myself. I don't need anybody. Or, you're in a relationship and it's like, oh, I've been in it so long. You don't necessarily think about any changes or shifts, and certainly not these kinds of shifts that we're seeing. But there is something that's happening for you all, pile number 3. And I think that the release could be, sometimes it's a release of the fear of change. It could be the release of thinking that, well, this is what's worked all this time. Why do I want to rock the boat? But, rock the boat is Pluto and Uranus' middle name. That's what they do. They rock the boat. And the boat sometimes could really be rocky. But what you have to release is that fear and that resistance. If some of you, pile number 3, if you all, and think about it, Aquarius is a fixed sign, as is Leo. You got some Leo going on here, as is Leo, Scorpio, and what's the other one? Taurus. And by fixed signs, I mean, it's not that you won't change, but it's like you really have to be convinced of the necessity of change. Those signs, those fixed energies, they have to be truly convinced. They have to understand why. And so going back to that 2 of Swords and that 4 of Swords, that's the understanding that you need. But I think once you get it, once it clicks for you all, that's where the willpower comes in. Because once you get it, once you see why, releasing this thing that's been holding you back, fears, just not coming out of your comfort zone. For some of you, that's what this is about. Again, Pluto and Uranus, they got no problem with helping you with that. They are the masters of shaking it up and coming out of a comfort zone. But here's your ace up in the hole right now, pile number 3. It is Spirit's giving you the time to do the research and the investigation. I don't feel like by any means that the rug is going to get pulled out for you. Anything but. I think Spirit wants to give you the time to get into that space of being ready to shine and having your willpower really get regenerated, and finding the people who when you are around them, you light up. You get ideas. Your mind, you know, the investigation part, the research part, your mind comes alive. Your body comes alive. When I listen to the voice of my body, I know what I need. Your body comes alive. And then you're going to be ready. You're going to be ready for this new adventure. Whether it is a soulmate that is non-romantic, or whether it is in fact in a romantic vein, but you will be really ready to release. I want to see now what your power symbol and your gemstones are, your energies are. You have the distance symbol. What does that mean? It says, it's a Reiki symbol. It says, the Hensha, and forgive me because I'm not, I'm not familiar with this, so please forgive my mispronunciation. The Hensha Ze Shonen. It transcends time and space, meaning it can be used to heal subjects great distances away, past traumas, or even send positive energy to future events. Your future events. Where's that fool? Your future events, your future plans, your future things, your future people, your future friends, your future lover, your future shift in the relationship with your existing spouse or lover. That's what's happening there. I'm going to hold that up for you. All right? So that's what's happening there. There is this shift, and that's why you have to have that release. Your crystals that will help you are rose quartz. These are coming from the heart chakra. Rose quartz, green adventurine, and amazonite. Rose quartz, green adventurine, and amazonite. Pile number 3. All right? So this is some heart healing. That's what needs to be released. Is anything that's been blocking your heart chakra. Whether it's regret, I'm feeling for some of you, it's regret. It's feeling like, time has passed you by and you haven't done blah, blah, blah. But there is this whole new sort of revolutionary energy that's coming around you with that willpower and being ready to shine. And the key to it is ask your spirit guides to lead you to whoever this is, or people. It could be more than one. But ask for the leadership to lead you, and have the willpower to heal your heart. That is what leads you to your body. Is that heart chakra. That's the work that you need to do on your body, pile number 3. And as you do that, it builds your willpower to accept these kinds of changes, Pluto and Uranus, to be able to accept those kinds of changes. You'll have the willpower to be able to do it, to be able to release anything that has kept you afraid, kept you playing small, kept you isolated, kept you closed off, kept you operating in fear rather than, the idea that, hey, even if I jump off this cliff, as the fool always does, I will find a soft landing. I will be guided. I will get what I need. This next area of my life is going to be a tremendous adventure. And all you got to do right now is take your time to think it through. Going back to that 4 swords. Take your time, think it through. Open your heart and be ready to accept. Release anything that tells you you have to stay exactly as you are. Because as we know, the old cliche or the adage is the only constant is change. And man, were you drawn to 2 powerhouses of that change right here. All right, pile number 3, I wish you the absolute best. And let me know how it goes for you. Open your heart. You'll be ready to take this new journey wherever it leads you. And you will land safely. Spirit's got your back. All right? All right, you all. Take really good care of yourselves. I'll talk to you soon. I will post. Don't forget about my memberships. I really am intending to do some videos around some of my shamanic. I am a shamanic priestess, and I want to explain more about that. I'm going to talk more about that, but I want to show more about that within some of the videos that I'm doing within my membership. So please consider that. Again, you can get it for as low as $2.99. But you'll see that. I'll put the link on how to join that down below. Please also, congratulations to the winners of, I finally made it over 5,000, you all. Like, it took all of 2023, but it's all good. Please spread the word about my channel. If you like the content, you like my approach to doing the cards, it's definitely my intention to be helpful. So please spread the word. I appreciate it. If you want to book a reading with me, you can always go to my website, which is trulytouchedbytarot.com, and choose the option book online. I'll put my website down below. All of this is on my about page as well. All right, you all, take really good care. Enjoy this new moon in Aquarius. Let's go. All right, y'all. Bye-bye.